This is the Normal Nerds Podcast, where two very normal dudes talk about very nerdy stuff and what else feel like talking about. I'm your host, Maxwell Streisy.
I'm your host who thinks he's going to write Oda his own fan letter, Davis Bates.
This episode is our weekly anime/manga review. So sit back, relax, and welcome to the Normal Nerds Podcast. All right, Davis.
Yo!
So much to talk about. Every episode was great. Anime is amazing.
We're in a golden age. I talk about this a lot with with Emily and stuff. Like I would explain to her, it's like, anime, you used to go through every season, there'd be like, one stinker here or there, maybe two and all that stuff, Shield Hero. But then now it's just been like the last like year and a half, 2 years, it's just been it's been a perfect water slide.
I know. It's been great.
I love it.
I don't know if I call it a water slide, but nice. Yeah.
I probably meant roller coaster, but there's really been no up and down.
Yeah,
it's been a constant like, let's go.
I know it's I know it's called roller coaster because there's the ups and downs, but the downs are fun in roller coasters.
Downs are fun. Yeah, they're good.
But let's hop into it because we're gonna have a ton to talk about because every episode was amazing, and usually the podcast comes out on Mondays, just because of just like how hard scheduling everything is with football. Packers won again. That's why I'm wearing this.
Go Buffalo.
Victory Monday would be usually be wearing it on Monday, but I was gonna say, and so the scheduling got a little messed up, so it's coming out on Thursday, which means we're gonna have 2 episodes of Re:Zero because Re:Zero comes out on Wednesday.
Yep, sounds good to me.
But we're gonna start out with DanDaDan, episode 3.
The grandma's amazing.
Oh, I know.
She is spectacular.
Yeah.
Ever since I saw her in the opening, I was like, 'cause I figured that was her. She's the only one with gray hair, white hair, whatever. I was like, oh, I can't wait to be this character. And she delivered.
Yeah.
What a spectacular character.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who I like more, the grandma or her granddaughter, personality-wise. Because the grandma is just so fucking funny.
She is super funny. I do love her entrance into the show. This is the only thing. This is like the one time where like it's so funny. If you go back, we should do We Were Wrong podcast episode.
Okay.
About anime. We had a whole episode about how we hated anime openings and we didn't like them and blah. Now.
Yeah, we do need to retract that statement.
Now I watch every anime opening and I don't even care if there's like a spoiler or not. Really, honestly.
Me too. Yeah.
But this is one of those where I wish like you didn't get to see her ahead of time because like. In the first episode, she talks about her grandmother and she looks like this kind old lady. And then before you even see her, she just sounds like this old, like, tarot card reading. She's like, you're 29. He's like, that's not true. I'm 21. She's like, you have a kid. He's like, nope, not married. And it's like, your favorite food is ramen. He's like, it's not, or whatever. And then when you finally see her, like, it's the scene when she shows up with Turbo Granny and she's just...
She hits that nail thing barrier at her. I was like, oh. I rewatched it like twice. This is spectacular.
Yeah, the animation's so good.
It was. I mean, high praise of the animation of the show to begin with, but just the concept with the barriers and everything was amazing. Cool, I know. Right? There's something about Japanese lore, maybe it goes into European lore on some level too, that is like how you deal with spirits, all these barriers and all these things. It's so cool. Mm-hmm. It's so cool. It's it's like I'm big Christian and all that stuff, so witchcraft is like me. But this is just amazing. It's funny to watch.
Oh, yeah, it's so cool. It wouldn't be cool in real life.
No, absolutely terrible. It's a evil granny trying to eat your dong.
Yeah, but I love her bat that turns into like a pencil so she can draw.
That was great. Yeah, that was fun. I like how it doesn't even like, there's a lot of anime where that pencil will be like perfectly sharpened and look good. No, this thing looks like she's like gnawed on it pretty much.
I love when she like it. I can't remember the name of the show she's watching, but she's like really into the show. It's brought up many times in the manga, at least. And I just love how like one thing I always love about Ken and I can't Miss Asame. I think it's Asame is the main character.
Yeah, I'll
have to double check.
Usually takes episode like 5 or 6.
Yeah, it's so funny. I like literally read it.
Japanese
I literally
names.
read it and I can't remember characters' names. Even while I was reading it, I couldn't remember their names. But I always love because when she's like, I was worried about you and all this kind of stuff. And they have like the little sentimental moment, blah blah blah, and then he just always like he always breaks the tension of the moment by like.
Ridiculous.
He's like, then why'd you slam the door on me?
I know, that was always so good. Yeah, I do his petty little nonsense he does right there. That's always so great. Makes every moment even better.
And they did show her magic this time.
Yeah, with the hand things. That was great. Well, that was in the opening too, and I was like, oh, this makes way more sense. They do something like this. I like it. I think it was like, I don't know. I thought when you first described it, like, this is going to look kind of dorky for what's going on with the show right now. And then, like, it actually looks really cool and good, and I love it.
I like it, too.
I love the green color they have going for all this, too. It's
I like how it just shows the extension of her, like,
her power, and what it's doing.
I love the grandma just shitting on her.
The entire time. It's like, man, you really suck at this. And just, like, shitting on the kid, too. And it's like, oh, he's so weak. But there was no better scene, I think, than when he had to go take a shit. And he's running, and they're all running there. And he's just like, the turtle's poking out.
Yeah, that scene is great. My favorite part about that scene is when they're running, and the grandmother and Asme, or I gotta remember her name, but
is it Misame? That's not right.
He calls her Miss something every time.
Yeah, okay.
We'll get it. It's embarrassing, but that we don't know. But regardless, they're running, and she's like, and the grandma's like, you really got spirit, Ken Takatura. And then she just goes,
that was amazing.
And then like falls behind.
I was like, oh,
I cracked.
It was so hilarious. It was so hilarious. I don't know why the grandma was running there either, but she's
nuts.
Oh yeah, she's a
don't you like
lady.
the kind of like, I like how like the magic works and like the spirit energy works in this, is that like you use the gods that is that domain. So once you're out of it, you're not really strong.
Yeah, I do like that. It's like pact magic.
Yeah.
Like that's really interesting to do. I think that's fun. I love the concept they have going with Turbo Granny right now. How she's like an amalgamation of two spirits smashed together, and Turbo Granny was just the stronger of the two. So she's like, she's the spirit. That's really, really interesting. And the fact that she's getting strong enough to actually like affect things through Occult Coon there or whatever. Ken, we can call him Ken. The fact, like, first off, I love the way they animate it whenever she busts into the room.
Yeah, it's cool.
And
right?
she's just like, I'm gonna fill up the whole room with my face.
And it's like eyes and stuff.
Yeah, it gives me big Spirit Away Yibaba vibes with the witch from Spirit Away.
Yeah.
With the big nose.
Yeah.
And she's just like there in the room.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, that is true. That's maybe they were going for that. Honestly,
maybe.
But yeah, that scene's great. I love the one thing I love about the grandmother too is like I as the show goes on, all this is like, I'm like, man, I want to see like her in her heyday.
That'd be so.
Because like she's like, why am I nosebleeding? And then kind of just recognized immediately like something happened and
someone's not good. Yeah, see her in her heyday when she's probably a smoke show more than she already was. This is her old.
I know,
old.
I love it. I think he did point that out. He's like, is that your grandma?
That was so good. Before we keep going with the show, just another quick scene that we missed was the one where she's watching the news and she got everything right.
Oh yeah, that's the ending. Yeah, that's the last scene.
That was the last scene.
Yeah. Well, it's not the last scene. The last scene is technically them on the subway, but
yes. And she's like, "Oh, they didn't talk about him liking his other food."
Ramen. Yeah.
I was like, "Oh, you're the real deal. Nice."
Well, I thought that was. I did think that was so funny because like when that opened up, I was like, "What was that about? That was weird." And then in the manga, at least, it's like the last panel, and I was like, "Huh." I did love with the cab driver. She's like, "You want to know your future? Stop letting me out, or you're gonna die or something." I was like.
I mean, she went wrong. He was heading towards Turbo Granny, who is just a nightmare.
That's a good point, actually. I didn't think about it. She was predicting that.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a good point.
Gonna eat his dong.
I love when she just rocked her with the bat.
Oh, that was so good. That whole sequence was so good. I just love it. I like when and granted, Turbo Granny came back later and got her. Like, was ready to explode her brain, essentially. But it was just, the whole episode, amazing, and a perfect introduction to a new character whom I absolutely love. I think she's gonna be great. And then whatever, they're on their way out there now. I like how they were dating.
This like
the next episode preview looks insane.
The animation for like what's about to happen, like it's their like race against Turbo Granny.
I like how that's the way they beat her too. It's like you just gotta beat her in a race.
Yeah, no, it's actually like low key dumb, but like, and that's why it's awesome. That's why the show's awesome. Wait until you see there's like a. Later on, they have to do like an exorcism or something like that. So they have to bring in like a certain musical band, like these like ancient musicians who sing this certain Mongolian type of music. The band that shows up looks like an emo punk.
Let's go! I'm pumped. I'm so excited.
And they're like, she's like, the grandma's like, it's the only people who sing this music anymore.
Nice.
Was this one band?
That seems like the theme of the show, though. Just like everyone's like trying to look modern and edgy and stuff like that. Even like the end there, it's like I'm not gonna wear these dorky clothes.
Yeah, that was
offer protection from your psychic grandma.
That Ken brought that up. He's like, I mean, it seems like these are important.
Yeah, but nope. She's unchanged all of it. It's like a kid sneaking out at night with their like party clothes on under their normal clothes.
Yeah, it's true.
So
but
great episode. I don't think we missed anything we had to cover in that one.
No.
I love DanDaDan is so fucking good.
Re:Zero is really killing it right now.
Re:Zero they might have the episode. Well, no, the episode of the week was easily.
We'll get to it when we get to it. But I mean, as in like, I thought DanDaDan would be an easy. I still think it will easily be the anime of this season. I think it will be. It's one of those shows that it's like, what I love about it, it just gets better as it goes on and on and on and on and on. Like when the crew rounds out.
I think it really could be. It's tough right now. I agree with you. It's tough right now with Re:Zero.
It is very good.
Re:Zero is really good right now.
Which, good transition, because let's go to Re:Zero.
Yeah.
Season
3 now?
I don't know. I think we did Re:Zero next before Shangri-La Frontier. Regardless, we're doing Re:Zero now. We were already talking about it.
Re:Zero is back before Shangri-La Frontier, I think.
So 2 episodes. We are reviewing episode 3 and 4?
Episodes 3 and 4.
2 and 4. 3 and 4. 3 and 4.
3 and 4. Yeah, you are correct. Yes. 3 and 4. 3 and 4. 3 and 4. Episode 3
Big Garfield episode.
What?
Big Garfield episode.
It was a nice Garfield episode. Yeah, he did a lot of stuff there, and it was that was the episode 3. The episode 4 erased everything in my mind. Episode 3, Garfield dealt with his mom. Right, that was that whole debacle. Very interesting way to put that story in, giving her amnesia and all that stuff.
Yeah, that's cool.
I liked that a lot because I was like,
otherwise, what a bitch.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And like, I didn't want like. You kind of felt those vibes in season 2 when she left.
Yeah.
You know, I know she was out to find his dad and all that stuff. And it's like, once again, I have to go rewatch season 2 to really understand what my feelings were again. But I didn't get you're a good mom sort of vibe out of that. And well, maybe that's what she was doing. Maybe she was bad. But now, amnesia, she seems like a pretty decent mom
like
here.
A great person.
Yeah, seems pretty awesome. Her husband seems like a champ. He actually seemed like, I was really afraid when he walked in. It was like, to be some annoying high noble that we always see. That's such a pain in the ass. Nope, great guy. Super nice to Garfield and all that stuff. It's like, thanks for saving my kid. I'll give you anything you want. It's like very, very dangerous things to say, but you know, big emotional episode for Garfield too. Just like he sits there and it's like, I could say that she's my mom, or I could just let her have a happy life and not drag myself. Like, I feel so bad for this kid right now. He's really going through like, usually it's Subaru, but Garfield's really going through the right now.
I was literally going to point that out. It's like, connecting it to episode 4. I'm like, man, is Garfield the new Subaru? Just crying all the time?
He is really getting emotional. Crap kicked out
because if when Mimi and the 3 little cat children got into the show originally, if you were like, hey, future, Garfield and Mimi are going to be one of the best duos you've ever seen in the show, I'd be like, that's not true.
That doesn't make any sense.
They're amazing.
Yes.
When she literally was like, I love when she's like, because there was like, gorgeous tiger, blah, blah. She's like, gorgeous Mimi.
I know. She's so, and her intuition is not bad either.
Yeah.
Like,
she's smart.
There's stuff we have to cover in episode 3 still, but just because we're segueing into this part, when she got into that fight, she was like the first one was like, Garfield, we gotta get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Man. These guys are wicked strong. And they were.
I know.
Like,
Those
guys are nuts. I love it. I really hope they're actually not, but I hope they're not. I don't think they are. I'm glad that they are not archbishops because they're super. It's good to see that the cult. They're not. It's good to see the cult as an enemy has depth.
Yeah.
Because whenever, like, you know, for the other cultists in the other episode in the first season, they just got like whatever. They got the jump on Subaru like twice, and then they were absolutely bodied.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
They were nothing.
It is. They are definitely something that Wilhelm understands because he made a face. And,
he knows the swordsman.
Yeah, he knows the swordsman, and he was like, and what did he say? He's like, just as I thought.
Yeah.
So I was like,
and like she's blessed by the death god.
Before we get into this, let's just cover the big part of episode 3 because we already got the Garfield part. Big part of episode 3. Greed's insane.
Yeah, the Archbishop agreed.
Archbishop agreed.
Yes.
What?
Because the Greed's the witch.
Well, yeah, I know, but do we have to say Archbishop every time? Everyone knows what I'm talking about. Sorry, Frankenstein's monster.
Anyway, I don't know, that's the same thing. But anyways,
it's the same thing. Everyone knows what I'm talking about.
It's the Archbishop. They're very distinct when they say it. They don't call themselves Greed. They do make sure they always say Archbishop.
That's great. And in the book Frankenstein, he's always called Frankenstein's monster. He's not called Frankenstein.
Correct, but I feel like this has bigger significance.
No, I think everyone knows.
I feel like
when I said greed,
it's only the powers.
No, this sounds like you're a dork.
Yeah, but I watch anime. Yeah.
Yeah, we're both dorks.
Yeah, we're reviewing anime.
Yeah, but greed. Because I just
he has a real name too. It's like Regulus or some shit.
Yeah,
they all have.
Yeah, they all have real names.
I mean, yeah, they all have real names. Yes, but it's like Regulus or some shit.
I did like his whole personality of like, Don't be rude.
That was very funny. And when Subaru was like nice to him for a second, I was like, you're a real weird bird, you know that?
Yeah,
you're a real weirdo.
Well, that's what I liked about it is like because you go back to Emilia's like childhood thing. Like he seemed like he was really level-headed and put together.
Sort of, yeah.
Still nuts in a sense, but like now because in all the archbishops are nuts.
Yes,
they're all nuts. And showing this one is also nuts.
Yes, yeah. He seemed like the most sane out of all of them for a hot second there, but now he's like clearly not. Mm-hmm. He's clearly batshit crazy. He just doesn't show it as much as the other ones do. I really want to know what his power is because he's ever since season 2 he's had the coolest power. Mm-hmm. Whatever that in like semi-invisible energy he puts out, it's so cool.
That blew off like
half a Subaru's leg.
But then they made it out to be like it blew off his like huge part of his leg and had to be reconnected. I don't really know how it worked.
I think that's what I think.
But then I totally forgot until they mentioned that.
Subaru should be dead. That blew away an artery.
Well, Beatrice was right there.
I know. But like, we're split. No. We're splitting hairs over how much of a leg it got blown away.
Well, I was confused at the point because I thought he like didn't lose his leg, and then they made like a huge part of it, and then they like later on they were like, yeah, you like thank God Beatrice was there to reattach it, and I was like,
yeah, I think she reattached the outside of his quad.
So that's why I wondered, interested is like. It looked like is it like a slash or was it like a burst of energy?
Ooh, it's a
that
good
like
question.
Blew it up, like knocked it like off, or was it like a slash through? I'd have to.
Well, no, it was the rock.
Oh, it was a rock that hit him?
He kicked a rock at him.
Oh, I thought it was like a bat.
With the back of his foot, he kicked a rock. I'm pretty sure. That's what I saw.
I thought it was a burst of energy because it was so big.
I'll go back and double check it later on, but I'm pretty sure it was a rock under his foot. Like he propelled a rock to blast him away.
Well, the crazy part, because I totally forgot, they're like, and then like there was like 100 people like with the same injury. I was like, oh, yep.
She sucks too, yeah.
Hey, you were right on the sloth thing though.
Yeah. That was good.
She was in love with sloth. Yeah,
that was crazy. I absolutely forgot Subaru had sloths.
Me too.
Whatever it's called. There was a name for it. Oh god, I have to go back and rewatch. I can't remember what it's called.
That's the problem with the anime is they don't all this complicated stuff and they take years to come back.
I know. Granted, the time. I mean, actually, no. It was like 3 years again, wasn't it?
Yeah,
because we were watching we were watching season 2 in your old apartment.
Yes, the first one was 6 years. I think this is 4 years actually.
It's 4 years.
I think it's three or 4.
Old.
But
season 2 feels like yesterday. I mean.
However, all that cool stuff Subaru did there with Beatrice to like jump through greed and all this kind of stuff, and then he just punched him in the face.
Yeah,
it was cool to see that. Clearly, that punch meant something.
Well, okay, because yes, I totally agree, but also like
it did nothing.
It did absolutely nothing whatsoever. But I mean, that was also like once he gets to use it, that was just Sloth's power. Before he just hit people in the face with hands.
Yeah, I know.
They used it creatively, and it'd be cool if Subaru found it like learned a way to fly like Sloth did. That'd be fun. Yeah,
it'd just be nice if Subaru could just get a little.
You know what? The annoying part is that he has gotten so much stronger.
But everyone else.
But he just. So much I agree. I think he could take. I think now he probably with Beatrice help, he probably could take. Not the purple hair kid. Definitely not Reinhardt. Definitely not Reinhardt's granddad. Definitely not the girl that lost her memories. He might be able to take her.
I don't think so.
You don't think? I think he could take her.
Not based off of episode 4, when he's like, how do you tell the skill? Wilhelm's like, she still has amazing skill as a swordsman. So I'm like, okay, she must be incredibly strong.
Yeah, she was.
If Wilhelm is giving her praise on her blade.
He also thinks Subaru is kind of strong.
I think he thinks Subaru's spirit is strong.
Yeah.
And that's that whole sequence in like episode 4 where they're like talking about they're just like, we've seen you had great spirit before. Bah, 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 bah.
Also, not for nothing in that scene. I got so mad at everyone there. Especially the night guy who was running off to the princess.
I know, because I want to see him fight.
That and because Subaru wanted to do that, and they were all like, "Oh no, don't go do that." They were all like, "They didn't
go to Emilia."
Yeah, when they asked it, they all got like sad, but when he did it, they were all happy. It's like, guys, I understand. It's because they need him more and all that stuff.
I don't think that's what it is.
You don't think that's what it was?
No, I think what it is that if you go back to like earlier seasons, Subaru was just like overly obsessed. Like Al's not going to Priscilla because like he's obsessed with her. It's his duty as a knight.
But
I know technically Subaru is also her knight, so he should have the same duty. But I think they're worried about like he used to have that over obsession with Emilia that would cause him to like lose himself, lose his character, and lose the perspective of the goal. And I think this is just showing growth of Subaru where he's like, I understand.
It does.
I need to get to Emilia, and obviously I still think like.
I think he still could.
No, and I still think they understand that like that's clearly his main goal, but like he's still like. Putting himself together and like he's being smart enough that he's like not going to sacrifice like himself like, you know, to those, like, just get to Amelia and, like, hurt himself like that way. Because that's what he used to do. He used to just go out of control.
Yeah.
And now, once again, that's how they view it.
Yes. He has the power to do that. So
it is true that Subaru would do that. Also, the reason he got worse and worse looking is because he just kept dying over and over.
Yes, and it messed his brain up quite a bit.
I will say, though, is the only thing about why I'm on their side is it's like, hey, Subaru, the only reason we're, like, totally not cool with you just, like, running off to go save Amelia is you're going to die, which they don't understand he's going to come back. It's like, you're going to die because you're weak as shit. Yeah. Al, I don't know. I got so mad when he was like...
I do want to see Al fight so badly, yes.
I was like, dang you.
It's like, come on, man. Stick around.
I want to see what you do. You're so jacked.
I know, he is so jacked.
No way Priscilla would pick a weak person.
Yes. He also stopped her from killing that one guy that one time. That's true. She looked kind of strong there.
And and he, like, stopped her and, like, felt no fear about it either.
Yeah.
But she did hit him in the... Well, she's pretty strong. She did hit him in the stomach, and he did, like, a...
Yeah.
So either he's really weak or she's pretty strong.
That's very true. That's very possible. I think both could be true.
I can't remember the wolf guy's name.
Neither can I, but I remember from season 1.
I remember that. I barely remember him from season 1.
He helped fight the white whale.
But you know what's awesome?
What?
He's awesome.
He is awesome.
The scene where he grabs
he's the shit
blade and then grabs the one with his mouth and then that
was awesome.
Man,
that was so
sick.
good. I love how many arms that guy has. Too.
Well, I will say is when he did the thing with the blade and then he like caught it and then he catches the other blade and the other arms and then Garfield catches the other arms or whatever. And I was like, nice. And then the new arms popped out of his back. I was like, that's cheating. I was like, cheating.
Asshole, you can't do that.
I was like, we didn't know you had more arms.
That's not fair.
I love also.
Where are you hiding those?
I love that entire sequence though. It's like, Super's like, oh, dang, we almost got him. I was like, you did nothing.
Yeah, you didn't do shit, dude. You didn't do shit, dude. You just encouraged other people.
But once again, before we get into that, we've really got to finish up episode 3.
Episode 3. The secret.
Wrath.
The sequence with Wrath and the Archbishop of Wrath and the Archbishop of Greed was very interesting because I liked how they interacted. It's really cool to see how the culture, they call it the Church of the Witches, right? Or something like that. Because they have the gospel and they have a book.
They do have the gospel. I still think they call themselves the witches.
They call the witches cult. Okay, regardless. The witches cult, it's very interesting to see how their higher ups react because this is like realistic. Okay, there's that little white-haired witch lady from season 2 that I don't know where she fits into all this exactly. I don't remember what she was. It was like the witch of something.
The witch of envy?
She was not the witch of envy. She was something else.
Oh, I don't know.
I think. Gosh, It's so. This is why you can't have 4 years.
I might have to watch a recap.
I might have to do a recap too. Yeah. Anyways, very interesting to see how like two of these higher ups like interact. And of course, as anime villains do, they just like fight each other a little bit. It's like, get out of my way. That's fine. That makes sense for a witch's cult. Like they're a disorganized bunch of monsters.
They're all a bunch of idiots.
Yeah, exactly.
Did like how she was just like, sloth, oh my love, blah 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 blah, and Super's like, oh perfect. He's like, stop doing what you're doing, and she's like, you're with this girl over here. You're clearly cheating on me. Like you're awful, so I must kill you. And I was like, crazy people.
They're so nut. Wrath is a bitch. She is baddie.
She might be the craziest one out of them all. I know Sloth is up there.
And Beetlejuice was pretty bad.
Yeah, but she is like I don't know. Her thoughts are just like
They are
down.
They are down. That's very true. Remember all that self-mutilation Beetlejuice was doing?
Yeah, you're right.
He was really weird. He was really nutty.
Yeah.
And he was like, he'd have full conversations with you, like as he's torturing you with you, and just be the only one talking and like getting conclusions.
And he did that like head turning thing. Yeah. I think I put him on the same. But they were in love, so I'm gonna put him on the.
That makes total sense.
Even though he had nothing to do with her.
Not a single thing.
He looked at her 3 times a day.
Yes, and didn't berate her once. Yeah. Or something like that.
Pure love.
Also,
Greed being there, like, why do you love her? He's like, because she has a pretty face. Isn't that what marriage is about?
What's Mila gonna be his like 73rd wife or something like that? 72 wife.
Which is creepy at the ending of episode 4.
I was even when that final scene happened in episode 4. I was like, and he walked in. I was like, this can't be good. Mm-hmm. This can't be good at all. And it wasn't.
No.
And it wasn't.
Are you a virgin? I was like, anime.
That's all that matters.
I was
like
anime.
Ooh, you're so weird. And she's naked already. That's like. Ugh.
And episode 3 had the most concerning part of the show. Of the season by far. It's clearly the biggest worry, and we all can agree. First of all, always do love when a gluttony type thing recognizes itself as a we. I always enjoy that.
Yeah, that's always nice.
Because it's, supposed to be like, just taking in everything.
But
what is going on? Where's Otto?
Exactly. Otto is definitely eaten. He definitely got his brain eaten. His life is definitely gone. Subaru. Did Subaru mention Otto at all?
No.
No, he did.
To gluttony?
No. He asked where Otto was.
He did.
So Otto doesn't have his memories gone then, because no one remembers you once you get eaten by gluttony.
I thought you don't remember anyone. Oh, yeah, no one remembers you.
Yeah, because he eats your story.
Yeah, he asked where Otto was, and they were like, oh, I haven't seen him today, or something like that.
So Otto has not gotten his memories eaten then.
Good.
Or his life eaten.
Yeah, because we would all hate that. It'd be horrible.
It'd be bad. I miss Otto already, yeah.
But I did like Otto. Super was like, he's like, that sounds like Otto.
Yeah, it sounds like Otto.
Yeah.
I do like how there's a caveat to Gluttony's powers that he has to know your name.
So that's maybe why.
I thought Otto said his name.
He didn't say his name. He didn't say anything. He didn't say shit.
Okay, fair enough.
Just smashed the knight's head in, which I was like, "Brr," and then immediately just started talking to Otto, and that was the end of that.
Yeah. I don't like Gluttony's new outfit, though.
No, the weird,
I like the
Chinese,
crazier six-pack ab.
Yeah, the weird like Chinese outfit.
He looks too clean right now. I like my
well,
wishes
I didn't
weird,
like that it was.
I
didn't like that it was green. I was like, because at first I was like, was this Otto's clothes?
Oh yeah.
But it wasn't.
It wasn't. No.
And then the introduction of the Archbishop of Lost.
Yeah, it's just a dragon.
Doesn't appear that she's always a dragon.
Exactly. Yes.
Yes, but
she was there.
That was super funny, and Subaru's just whole crapping on her thing, which just is so funny because besides, who's the Archbishop of Pride? Have we met them?
No,
I don't think so. Besides Pride, the second one that if you're gonna shit talk them, Lust would definitely be Vanity.
We've only met the 4.
Yeah.
5. We've only met 6.
Yeah, but
we're missing Pride.
She
actually. Yeah.
is awful. Like next level awful.
She doesn't shut the fuck up.
But dude, they really nailed all of these because they're all like, you think like, like one's gonna be maybe semi-normal.
Yeah.
And they're just not.
Nope.
Which honestly is like really kind of refreshing and cool because like you don't really see the sins being like and like if you look back at like Full Metal Alchemist, like the sins are the sins. Like gluttony does like eating everything. Pride is definitely this little prideful child. Fury Bradley definitely has like wrath. Lust is she doesn't really show any signs of lust, but she dresses like it.
No. Yeah.
In the original Full Metal, she did, but they're all just like kind of like it. These ones are like, and like or like Seven Deadly Sins are like, we're the sins. Yeah. Like in this one, they're like, they're the sins. Sins are bad. Ooh, gross. Sins are awful.
Yes.
Like,
yeah, it is nice. Yeah.
Like it's a witch's cult and there's sins and it's black magic and it's terrible.
And they do crazy shit. Yeah. They're weird.
Yeah.
They're not normal.
So it's kind of fun getting that.
Yeah, it is funny. Like it is cool to see evil be evil.
Yeah. They are because they are
just absolute evil.
Unforgivable, the worst evil.
Facts. Yeah, just mass murdering.
Let's get Japan doing it better.
They understand. So Lost introduction was fantastic. I liked how Subaru the entire time was like, "Stop ruining dragons for me." Yeah, like that was great. And then
it was all distraction, but
yeah, for the most ridiculous scene in this episode. When what's his name, Julius? That is his name. Yeah. When he's telling me he was charging him his magic, like the scene. He was like, ugh.
"Oh yeah,
that was ridiculous looking." It
that's
was like,
Julius.
I know, but I was like, it was ridiculous. It was hilarious,
yeah.
And it's like all the magic. It's like also the sheer. I love anime.
Magic.
I love anime. The sheer amount of time that he stood there talking, Lust could have moved.
Oh, I mean,
like easily. But once again, seeing his cool spirit magic and all that stuff. Sadly, the vindictive side of me. There's a part of me that still wants Subaru to kick this guy's ass so badly.
Yeah,
but they're friends, so it's fine. It's fine.
We'll say. Also, Lost regrowing, of course.
Yeah,
as per usual. Why would make it easy? But it could be super helpful in this fight. Reinhardt, but Reinhardt's dad is a Reinhardt.
Oh yeah,
it's Reinhardt.
It's Reinhardt.
Reinhardt, right? Yeah.
I don't know. Like the League of
Reinhardt
sounds League of Legends. Like
sounds better than Reinhardt.
Overwatch.
But
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'll go back.
Reinhardt. His dad sucks.
Seriously, what's he doing?
He wants him to stay there so he protects him.
That's insanity.
That's the only reason he wants him there.
Insanity.
To protect him.
What an asshole. I love the princess who just
go.
Leave.
Yeah.
Go do what I'm telling you. Dude, I'm giving you an order. Get out of here.
We don't know how that scene ended though. So
No. He could have left.
He could just. It's his dad.
You can't do that. You can't do that.
I didn't say he could kill him. I was about to say that.
You probably could easily take him out.
He could easily punch him in 10 seconds.
That's actually not true. It's
I don't know. His dad is probably super skilled.
Yeah,
too.
let's be real. It's like that entire family's got something going on.
He's just holding her hostage, so he has to stay there to protect him.
That's
and it's like It's just. I hate when like there's evil people on the good side, and everyone just lets it slide.
Yeah, just like you make me hate being on this side right now. Like, but you're lucky the witches' cults are weirder.
If he was in the fight, the fight could be completely changed. Also,
yeah,
I'm so excited for next episode because it's just like watching Wilhelm fight is just always so cool.
It is. He's awesome. Oh man, we're all the way back with the white whale, and he just went. One of my favorite scenes still is when he goes ballistic on the white whale.
He is such a cool character. He's got to be like. Maybe my second favorite character of the show. Honestly.
Yeah. I think that. Yeah, really second favorite character of the show. I like Reinhardt a lot.
Yeah, but I always am a big fan of those stoic old.
That's fair. That's fair.
Reinhardt. I mean, maybe I put him on the same. I put him on the same.
Tough. That's a tough one actually. I don't know who knows. So Subaru obviously.
Number one Subaru, yes.
Subaru's number one. I did. Oh man, it was last season was tough because it gave a lot of character development to the guy at the mansion. That's Amelia's benefactor. Right? Something B.
Roswell.
Roswell.
Yeah, Roswell, yeah.
What was the last name? Mathis or something, Math.
Yeah. He's a great character.
He's a really good character.
But I feel like for me it's like Subaru. Then I'll put Reinhardt and Wilhelm probably on the same because it really just depends on the mood I'm in.
Yeah.
Because they fulfill the same thing I want is badass sorcery.
Yeah.
But their personalities are just slightly different. Blah, blah. So I'll put them like 2 and 3. And then after that, there's like a explosion of characters that I'm all like, well, this one's awesome, this one's awesome, Beatrice is awesome.
They're all so good. They're all so good.
And Amelia moved way up.
Ever since Amelia stopped being a block of wood and an asshole.
Dude, that episode 2, she was awesome.
She was fantastic.
For ice sword thing, I was like, ooh.
So good. Ever since last season, she was amazing.
Yeah.
It's the thing we said the show needed. So I don't know. Out of all the archbishops that we've seen so far, which one do you think you like? Which one do you want gone the most?
Well, based on what gluttony does,
I agree.
I really want him gone because that's awful.
Yes,
so
I 100% agree. Yeah. It's like the only power that I'm sitting there thinking like, obviously Lust might have some other thing going on, but I'm just like, this power is debilitating.
I know.
Let's get this guy off the board.
Yeah.
Like this is a mess.
And remember at the end of the last D&D campaign when I was like, and then Freya is removed from your memories for all of the history of time.
Yeah.
And you guys were like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like you were like, what? This sucks.
This is awful.
Yeah.
They can't even react properly.
Exactly.
It's just so annoying.
So
and like, remember when they beat the white whale too? You're like, oh, what a relief. What great. And then literally at the end of the season, it's like, wait, what?
Yeah, I agree. Speaking of that scene though, real quick, is when Julius like flies up. And then Subaru, being the lady killer he is, picks up the princess there, Krush-sama or whatever.
Yeah, that was good.
And he lands, though. First of all, I was like, ugh. And she's like, oh, how's your leg? The way his face was animated was incredible. He's like, it's nothing at all.
Nothing at all.
It's totally fine.
It's totally fine.
How are you?
Just a flesh wound.
Yeah, it was crazy.
That was so good.
We got to move off.
We do have to move off this.
Do you have anything else you got to add to these?
No, I think that was fantastic. I'm so excited for the next few episodes that are coming.
This season's like kicked off I really think that's why they did the hour and a half long episode because they're just
I think you're totally right. Yeah, they introduced the characters that they did. I can't wait for the Bard girl to come back around. She's gonna do something.
Yeah, she's gonna do something.
So. Plus, we got so many. All the archbishops. We totally missed. I want to know what fucking witch is under this city.
I know they.
That was like insane, and also I believe she's sealed. I was like, they say she's dead, but she's definitely sealed.
Yeah.
So I was like, what is this? So I'm very excited to see how this goes. But yes, that's everything I had to add for that episode. We got to keep moving.
Yeah. Let's move on to Shangri-La Frontier,
Season 2.
This episode shows you once again why this show is just amazing.
I know. Seeing the party go after that golem was so good.
It was
animatron.
Awesome.
What do you want to call it?
Yeah, I don't know. Warforge.
Yeah, Warforge. I did just enjoy how just like they literally just beat the shit out of it.
Yeah.
That was. They even made comments like a DPS party usually has issues, but like this one was just like, nah, we got this.
Yeah, I
felt bad for the robot actually.
Yeah, I know. I love the black cat there gets up and I right as he went to do his like servo soul whatever ability, I was like, this isn't going to work at all because we just saw an episode before how powerful this was. So this is that perfect opportunity to like to show how powerful the thing they're about to fight is because it's like, remember that ability you just saw and how strong it was? It's not going to work at all on this thing.
Good story writing, yeah.
So I was like, ooh, how strong is this thing going to be? And I just love Pencil Gun was like, yeah, we were talking about the 3 people who beat Weatherman. Like, this is going to be no problem.
They had no problem doing it whatsoever.
Before that scene, though, we'll get more detailed on that for a second. I just want to talk about it real quick. when he's like, oh, Billick, who, by the way, they keep calling a black bunny, who's definitely brown.
Yeah, I know that's bad.
I don't, maybe it's a lost translation thing. I don't know. But he's like, oh, it's a unique bunny, blah, blah. And then his buddy there, Katsuku's whatever, is just like, unique.
I know. That was fantastic. When they showed up behind him, too.
Yeah, that was great.
That was like, he was like, oh.
And then I love when he goes, like, unlocks the door and he's like, see, this is why we're different. He's like, yeah, but you don't have any unique stuff. And he's like,
I know, that was so good. That was fantastic. And like multiple attempts to like open the door. That's just a game. Like the show's so good at showing gamers. Just like, okay, I'll try again. Okay, I'll try again. Okay,
I like the random RNG storyline where it's just like Subaru like kept messing up on one game. He's like, we'll never talk about it again.
Yep, that was so fantastic. He just hates RNG so much. Like, it doesn't make any sense. I can't get any of the items I need. I know. That was so fantastic.
The one thing with the fight, though, is just one of those things I'm watching this. I'm like, why is this not real?
I know. We're not there yet.
I know.
Or so, you know,
first of all,
maybe before we die.
That like first ability does where it shoots you from the back.
Yeah, that was good.
So cool. And then I love like the red eyes of them like
it's like, you're dead, bitch. Yeah. We got you. That was really good. Pencilgon having a hero spear, and Subaru was like, oh, we're fucked. Yeah. This game's fucked if you have that.
One thing had cool, what are the 5 heroic items? I'm like, dang it.
Of course.
I did love it. She's like, well, assassins are just heroes. He's like, that's a bit of a stretch.
Yep. That was fantastic. Oh my goodness. So that was great. They're getting into the whole, getting into the laboratory area, the searching and all that stuff, and of course Emul being fantastic. Emul is like, I found a hat.
I know. She's like, don't I look like Dandy or something? Yeah. And he's like,
take that off.
He's like, take that off. She's like, yeah. Why don't you like it?
It'd be like losing her mind over it, which is great. I did really love Pencilgon and Okatsu.
Okatsu, that's what it is.
Okatsu is like silent understanding of like, he's not getting away from this. He's answering that email, and we're talking.
I know. I love when he's like, well, we got the item, so like, well,
bye guys,
we're ready to go. And then I love it cuts to the scene of them walking, and he's like wrapped around a whip.
That was really, really good. Yeah.
He's like, but I gotta finish this mission. They're like, does he have to be there with you? They're like, no. And he's like, damn it.
Be like, no.
Yeah, they kept calling her a black rabbit.
I don't know what that was about. That was really weird.
I was like, when there's clearly a cat that has black fur right next to it.
Yeah, that was really weird. It might just be a translation loss in there somewhere. Like, I don't know. That was really weird they were doing that, yeah.
Yeah.
So, that was cool. It's Wolfgang is their, right? That's their guild name?
I don't remember their guild name.
I think it's Wolfgang. I'm not 100% sure.
Maybe.
Something like that, though. It's cool to see them, like, you know, that gang, that party working so well together the way they do. Before we even, I do want to get into that. Just jumping right back, because I remembered at with the golem fight, Emul and the cat using their combo magic attack. Yeah, it was amazing. This awesome. Show is so cool with this stuff. It's like, it is nerd porn. It's just nerd porn. So much stuff. But anyways, it was great when they were talking about how Saiger Zero and the Wolf Guild's leader showed up to try and talk to Pencilgon and all that stuff. And Subaru was like, well, what about the library guys? Did I sick them on you? And she was like, you sold me out, you son of a bitch.
I know. I did like how she was like, oh my God. And then she just kind of realized, she's like, I did that too.
Yep, I've done that too. I like how she calls them her lackeys the entire time. I know. Too. That's fantastic.
Her pawns.
Yeah. So whatever. There, it's same thing with I said it last time. I'll say it again. Season 1 showed this trio was fantastic, and they are still fantastic. It's like nothing has changed. Nothing has changed whatsoever. Every interaction they have is I literally don't want them to ever break up, like in the show. Like I never want them to actually go off screen together.
I don't think
because I was like, no. I never want them to like go off screen together.
No, I know
their comedy is so funny.
I know what you mean. I think that's like what like this season so far is going to be about is like him trying to do his own thing, and then they're like, we're now a party, so like
we're here,
we got to stick around.
We're here. Yeah. Answer my emails.
And if you look at even when they changed the opening, they did 2 openings right last season.
Yes.
Even when they changed it, it still like was heavy Sunraku.
Yeah.
Like this opening is them.
Yeah, that's true.
It's just pretty much just them the entire time. Really and I don't know if you've watched the ending.
Oh, I have.
The song's not that great or whatever, and I was skipping through it just to get to the mini. It's hilarious.
Really?
There's like one watch. It's like it's them three and a mule all in like mafia style like suits for no reason. Of course, Sunraku doesn't have a shirt on.
Of course, why wouldn't he?
Because he can't.
He can't. He can't put shirts on.
Yeah, I did like that. He was like, in a game with so many items and stuff, I can't wear one.
I know. I want armor.
I know.
So that's fantastic.
And then the furries just showed up at the end.
I forgot about that. That's what she sold him out again.
I know.
That was so funny, actually, though. I can't wait to see how this goes because she's just like, I want the rabbit.
Yeah, she's like, Moon's like, ah.
I love the demon eyes it gives all of them too. It's like, oh, these freaks.
Oh yeah, they're a bunch of freaks.
They are a bunch of freaks. I do. All of season 1, she was the one that committed suicide, pretty much. Character, whatever, equal player death in order to save a mule.
I forgot about that.
That was
I will say too is like, I did love when like, you know, Bellic was like, get in the alley, like it's too tight in here, and he's like, my lady, just you know what's open my arms, whatever. But when they're leaving, and she's like, well, it's like see you later, and it shows I wish I could remember his name. It's like it's a weird
set or something.
It's so weird name.
Yeah.
But then his
Beat the
face
shit.
just beats, and then the door closes on him.
And I ship that couple so hard.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
he's the best.
1000%,
He's
yes.
like, my mate. Like, when they get introduced,
Yeah.
they're like, who are these people? He's like, oh, who are we? And then, like, she, like, immediately grabs him and, like, stops him because he's just so over the top.
It's so good.
Oh, good heavens.
Oh, good. Yeah, that is what it is. It's so good. Love those NPCs so much.
Yeah.
Sometime there will be a day an NPC dies. I really hope it's not any of the bunnies.
I know.
If it's the cat, that'd be really good story development.
It's not going to be the cat.
I don't think it will be.
I don't think a mule's ever going to die.
I don't think it. Oh, man.
It is just an NPC.
It is just an NPC, but that's also where, like, that's where the fear of NPC, like, it started with a mule, the fear of NPCs dying. So, like, that'd be, if you're a DM, that'd be such good character development.
Oh, I would totally kill a mule.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So,
but they don't. But yeah, that's me. You know,
I know,
you
but
know,
it's anime,
anime,
it's
you know,
anime,
anime, like they don't kill everyone.
But the fear is there of this. So, like, who knows? So we'll see with that. I don't think what else. Not much else happened in that episode.
No, I think
We
Shangri-La
covered most of
Frontier
it.
is one of those easier shows to review because it pretty much does the same formula like per episode.
Yeah.
Sometimes a little more fighty, but it's just a good time.
Yeah, the entire time. Yeah.
So,
There's some interesting story and stuff in there.
Yeah.
but
Oh no, definitely interesting story. Mad lore. It's a Dungeon Crawler Carl scenario.
Yeah, it really is.
Where it's
yeah.
like, oh, this is really good. Less intense, obviously.
Yes.
But it's like, oh, this is a good time. But like, and then you're like, oh, the story's getting way more interesting than I thought it would be.
I agree.
Yeah.
Now, they're in a town right now, so by next episode,
Eightfold.
I really, after we deal with the furries, I really want to see that couple show up again. That's just like the newbie girl and the guy's like, don't fire and everything.
Yeah,
I really want to see that couple show up. But yeah, this is a great episode.
Yep.
I love Shangri-La Frontier. I really am glad it came back so fast.
Mm-hmm. This is great. This season right now, like as I watched every episode, I was like, what is cool? Every episode of what we're watching is amazing.
Yep. Facts.
I think that was right. That's it for non-One Piece animes, right? Did I miss an anime this week?
I don't think so.
No, that's it from.
Right, we did.
Oh no, Dragonball Daima.
Oh yeah, I did watch that.
Yeah. You said you wanted to add that to the rotation.
Let's do it. It was so much fun. You watched it, right?
Yes.
It was such a good time.
Oh yeah,
we got to talk about it. It's just so funny.
I think once again, I think it's going to be like a Shangri-La, like Ray Zero. There's so much depth and like characters, like so much crap is happening because it's like at this pinnacle of the season. Obviously, DanDaDan is going to be pretty easy to talk about.
Yeah.
Dragon Ball Daima,
I think.
I
think I spelled it wrong.
Is it's just a good time.
Yeah. It really is.
Yeah.
I just I forgot I understand why Toriyama wants a Kid Goku again so fast because he's just a blast.
Yeah. Also, young Master Roshi is just
amazing.
Amazing.
He's just it's like I just can't wait. He's like, it just reminds me of Mung Dal Young, just like ladies. I like how he's like literally when Goku there, he's like looking at himself in the mirror, trying on outfits. Like he's gonna go talk. He's a child. And he's gonna go talk to women. I know that's true. Yeah,
it's not bad.
And of course, and he's using one of the most iconic items in all of Dragon Ball as a clothes drying rack. The turtle even knew.
But I like how Goku didn't care. He's like, whatever.
Goku probably like, oh, yeah, I do that too. That's a good idea.
I just what I really liked about this episode is just like how annoyed Vegeta is with Goku. He's just like, oh my god, Kakarot.
That was
He's
so
like, will you
funny.
quiet down?
That was so funny the entire time. I like how they can't fly properly either because they're getting used to their bodies.
Mm-hmm.
Every instance where it's like, I'm gonna fly, and it's like, oh, this is gonna go well, and it never does.
Yeah,
it's so funny when he crashed into the poor waiters. I was like, oh.
I think it's funny too. Is like,
didn't Roshi look at the waiters, they're so old, and like flash it, like look at him.
He hit on two ladies.
Yeah, he hit on two of them.
He hit on two ladies.
I love Master
The second he showed up, I was like,
Master Roshi's the best.
Yeah. I will say what's funny is I can't remember the Demon King's name right now. It's something, whatever. Yeah. I did see a meme. It was like, what a dumb move turning it into a child. Because I know Dragon Ball GT. If you look at Dragon Ball, it's like, remember when Goku was a child? Wasn't much easier.
Nope, no, it wasn't. He killed King Piccolo.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
As a kid.
I don't know if this is. So I don't know my Dragon Ball canon too well and anything like that. I don't know if this is actually canon, but they're like, people with pointy ears are most likely from the demon realm.
Go ahead and tell you.
And I was just like, what does that mean?
Yeah.
Most likely.
Racist.
I know. I was like, I don't know. And then someone shows up with I can't remember his name.
With the ship.
Yeah, it's a voice actor I know too. Yeah, I meant to look that up because like it's a good voice actor. But he shows up and they see the pointy ears, like, oh, you're from the demon realm. And I was like, no, so that's what we're doing now.
Yeah, I guess so. Oh, Japan.
He's interesting.
Very.
I don't know
interesting.
what his motive is. I couldn't remember. He did mention something, but I can't really remember because I was just too busy laughing at how Goku and Luffy just have so much of the same energy.
They do. They're idiots.
Yeah, they're like, yeah, let's do it.
Let's go. I'm hopping in right now. Take me to the demon realm.
That's really what it was. Like, I got to fight stuff. Cool.
And poor Vegeta, it's like, I'm coming too. It's like, no, it only fits
that was
3
so
people.
Stupid.
And Vegeta was like, we're small. I can fit more. It's like, no.
I know. I did like it. He was like, we're children.
I know.
Like,
oh my goodness.
I thought that was so funny. Vegeta sometimes just like, everyone's such an idiot.
That's so dumb. It was really
makes
cool.
sense why he married Bulma.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. I do love all the memes out there. Like every now and then, whenever Vegeta shows affection to Bulma, everyone like clips it and it's like, oh, he hates everything but his shawty.
Yeah, he really does.
I was gonna see, I think
he even hates his kid.
Yeah, he does hate his kid. He wants his kid to be better, but he hates his kid. We'll see. Yeah, but I think there's a scene in Broly where he's like holding hands in the background with Bulma and everyone like, clip it!
I do love the scene of in this episode with when Bulma and Chpt are like, oh, look how young we are. And
that was funny.
And then they look at Gohan and Trunks, and they're like, look how, they're the babies again. But they can communicate with each other because they're babies. Like, and of course, Gohan's just like crapping on Trunks.
For like, the entire time. It's like, alrighty, sounds good. Sounds like a plan, buddy. Oh my goodness!
I really, really hope there's a scene with like
it's not Gohan, it's Go-10.
Oh, Go-10.
Go-10. Yeah.
Go-10. I really hope there's a scene though when like the baby's like go Super Saiyan.
I hope there's a scene where they fuse.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Yeah, this is a lot of fun. I don't know if it was like maybe for its time, like Dragon Ball GT, it just wasn't good.
Maybe.
I never watched it, so I can't.
I want to go back and rewatch GT. Everyone hated it, but it was not like. I was too young to understand that if it was bad, to understand that it was actually bad. I've never seen it as an adult. I've only ever seen it as a kid on Cartoon Network.
I feel like maybe
so like I have to go back and watch it.
Maybe like the characters just like, even though Dragon Ball Z is a really long show and Dragon Ball is really long too. Maybe the characters just weren't so developed yet. Like
yeah.
Like now it's like because like it's like when we get to the One Piece episode we're gonna talk about this too. But like now it's just kind of like. You don't really care too much about the story. You want there to be a good story,
yeah.
But it's just like
it's good. We're having a good time.
Yeah.
The Demon King is this big.
Yeah, it's
he's
like
this big right now.
I mean, Supreme Kai said, "Don't underestimate him."
That's a good point. He did say that. Yes. So like Supreme Kai was like my brother.
I know.
Gotta deal with this.
I can't remember the other guy's name, but what he's like,
the old guy.
He's like, I'm not a delivery service, and Bulma's just like.
Take me.
I mean, she's like, I don't care.
Yeah, go get it now.
Yeah. I'm like, if you're talking to Bulma or Vegeta, you're talking about the two people who literally don't care about.
They literally just see the utility that you have, or you're in the way.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
It's fantastic. I love angry young Vegeta. I just
his face.
It's so good. He's so cute though. He's like, but so angry.
His crossed arms, classic Vegeta look.
Oh my goodness, it was fun. Everyone was clipping the scene too, where it was. When Goku went down to the cat, whose name I never remember.
Yeah.
When he went down to the cat, it was like they clipped it back all the way back when Goku first met him, and then and the scenes are parallel, and it's like that's awesome. Yeah. That's a really cool thing to see. Nostalgia, love it.
I know some people are crapping on it because they just like.
Why?
It's the same thing as like we're gonna talk about. We're talking about the fan letter for.
That I'm gonna rip into them.
So the fan letter. and this are what I'm like kind of viewing it as like this is like I guarantee this is going to be a good story. Hands down.
Yes.
It's still going to be a good story, but it is kind of like a hey, this is for the fans. Like if you're not a fan, like you could not pick this up if you did not watch or know about Dragon Ball.
Correct. Yes. That's
like didn't know the characters' personalities and stuff like that. You just would not find it interesting.
No, wouldn't make any sense.
And the same thing with the One Piece fan letter. Like it's for like One Piece fans. It's called fan letter. I know it's about like the fan letter of the character, but like it's literally for One Piece fans. Yeah. So it's amazing. And that's why I think the show is going to be so fun because it's just like it's for us. Like, you know, it's like, yeah, it's not for, and some people are like, that episode wasn't even that good. And it's like I've never really watched Dragon Ball before. I'm like, well, of course you're not going to like it then.
Yeah, well, guys, like it's a nostalgia back. I've never watched the original Dragon Ball. I've seen all the clips and all that stuff. But even I can like see maybe because Goku was always a child. I can see how funny and valuable this character of young Goku is again. Like I can see how great this can be as a character, how fun it can be to watch it, and we can still get cool action out of it. Goku wasn't a can't sleep on him when he was a kid.
Oh no, he's gonna be strong as hell.
So yeah, it's gonna be great, and so I'm excited. I'm excited
like,
to see this. Yeah.
When the guy's like, use Nimbus, he's like, nah,
I can fly. I'm good.
I don't need it anymore.
So funny. It would have been funny if we didn't call it Nimbus.
I would have.
I know. It was
like, I think that was like a little joke. It was like because he goes against the staff, which is like shout out, go way back, and like so everyone's like maybe Nimbus too, and he's like I think I can't remember the writer's name.
Akira Toriyama.
It was like it was just like he's like and everyone's gonna look for Nimbus, but nope,
no Nimbus.
I will say too, the one thing is Goku's voice in this body always feels so much better.
I agree.
The sub voice.
Yes, I agree. Yes. I agree with that one. Yes.
But all right, now we're gonna move on to the One Piece fan letter episode and the manga.
I think this might be the first week that we actually talk about more about the anime than the manga itself because we'll see if we get to it. But the fan letter was amazing, like absolutely spectacular in my mind.
I was watching it, and as I'm sitting there watching it on my huge TV, because that was the only anime this week that I watched on my huge TV.
Nice.
Because I was like, I know this is going to be the animation art looks sick.
Yes.
I was sitting there and I go, man, I don't give anything a 10. Like anything ever. I've never given anything a 10, and I at first was like, this is a 10. I don't give anything a 10, so it's a 9.9999999. But I think this is this was so amazing. This is the anime episode of the year.
I agree with that, yeah.
Anime episode of the last like 5 years.
Yeah. We had that's a big claim. We'll go check that one out.
Well, here's the thing: is like, you know, Zoro versus King broke the internet. Sanji versus Queen broke the internet. And then like you know, Luffy going Gear 5 the first time. And then you know, I always mess up the name. Sukuna versus Mega Gogar.
Oh god, Sukuna versus Maharaga.
I think about it. All these amazing things, incredible fights. This episode was just like everything you've ever wanted.
Yes, like, it really was. It was so good. Well, first, it's a nostalgia ride. First off, and like, because like, man, you're just seeing like. You're seeing the Paramount War. First off, it's a great idea. The Paramount War from the perspective of a Marines. And it's like, that, like, you don't think about it because, like, you know, you're always focused on the big players and all that stuff. It doesn't look this way to Luffy and all that stuff because Luffy's not the one getting blown around left and right. But I remember we all remember the Paramount War. Navy soldiers and regular pirates were getting thrown across the screen left and right, and they were collateral damage.
Well, that's the funny thing is we talk about this. We've probably talked about it on the podcast a billion times.
Yep.
We're always like, what are these Navy soldiers doing? Like, they're all dead. And now I'm seeing One Piece. And that's what I love is like, it showed the brutality of it. They showed the brutality of it with these two brothers.
Yeah.
First of all, the one brother, thank you for introducing the coolest Navy soldier ever.
Yeah.
He's the coolest Marine ever.
He is awesome.
He's like regular soldier wise. Like he's amazing.
He is amazing. He's so cool.
He's in one episode. We'll never see that guy again.
No, we never will. We never will. That really does suck. But just like he was from the moment he stepped on screen, like, you know, where his brother's like making fun of him and all that stuff, blah, blah. You're like, oh, this guy's gonna be a hardliner, blah, blah, blah. And then he's amazing. And here are the reasons why he's amazing. One, he likes Luffy. That's the most important one, as always.
That scene is awesome, too.
It is so
where Luffy's
good.
on the back of Ace.
And he flies by. It's like, you're my brother. And he's like, oh, that is my brother over there.
That scene
was great.
Beautiful.
He goes back for his brother, has the heart of a hero essentially, and like goes after someone. And he's like, been like, yeah, I don't like my brother. Meh. He's so annoying. Then he goes after him, saves him, and all this stuff. That was a heartbreaking scene there.
Oh, that really was. I was like, geez, this is amazing.
This is so
Another reason he's amazing is when small Nami, don't know the girl's name. Fan Nami. She was incredible. By the way, love that the story ran through her because she was just like,
that was great.
She encompassed like what the Straw Hats are.
Yeah.
But when she was like, let's make a deal. I know how to get there in 10 minutes, and then you just got to make it so I can just see Nami. And then it cuts, and it's like her grabbing her. It's like, why would I ever make that deal? That's put you in danger. You're a child. I was like,
he's
the
an
best.
Actual good Navy soldier.
I was like,
he actually cares about the people. Amazing. Yeah. Those are all the reasons that are good about it. This is why he is a spectacular person. Yeah. I loved every second of it. Good for him.
And then we also got, at the same time, got introduced to a Marine that needs to be shot off into the moon.
Which one?
The guy who beat her up.
Oh, fuck that guy.
Yeah, whoever.
Fuck that guy. That rich
that
asshole. Like,
and then made her move it.
That was so stupid. That was
he
so
stepped
annoying.
on her hand.
What a piece of shit. That was I didn't even think about that. That was a really good, juxtaposition or whatever. Yeah. Between a good Marine and an asshole.
Yeah, he was the worst.
Of course, working on the poison ship and shit.
Oh, yeah. But that guy was the greatest. The benevolent whatever of the sea. And they're like, he's like, here's the key for the poison, blah, blah. He's like, you know, the poison thing or whatever's going to happen. The poison for Cusco. No. And then he opens up his drawer and he's like, Chopper, you're the cutest. I was like, oh my God, this episode's just getting better.
It's so good. It's like, oh, he's a pirate and I'm a Navy soldier. It can't work, but he's so cute. I was like, oh my goodness. That guy was great. And like, boy, I think there is a scene where he catches the ice, isn't it? Like, well, there's a scene in the fan letter where he catches the ice at Marineford. And
catches the ice?
He catches it. He catches the ice. But I think that's actually in the anime, isn't it?
Probably. There's like
I have to go back and double check.
There's a lot of
I thought that I could be wrong.
But. That's what I love too. Is they had like so many like. That's another thing. It's like this was. I love that he called it fan letter because it's literally like it was just like One Piece porn for us.
It really was, yeah.
Like just like Luffy one-shotting the pacifista, or like when the fan Nami there, fangirl, whatever, is looking at the grandstand where like the fake Straw Hats are. She's like, "That's of course that's not Nami."
Yeah,
like,
of course.
Like, she's like, she didn't even try.
No. And then everyone's there for Soul King too.
Yes, everyone's
was great.
The one emo chick girl, she's like,
I want to see Soul King's last tour.
I love those stupid little kids. Like, ha! When she finds out she kids, I was like, hey, never gonna read anything without paying for it. And they're like, oh,
she's crying. And the keychain too was also Soul King.
Yes,
on the backdoor key. That was
it's funny because like I didn't notice in when they showed the crowd at first. I was like, I wonder what this crowd's for. I was like, oh, probably when Sabaody was like blowing up. But then I noticed like all their glasses were like Brooks's, and I was like,
Soul King. They did such a good job of, because I thought this episode was gonna be Straw Hat absence in this one. Like, you know, they did the corners of the screen or something like that, but they were in the show.
Oh, for sure.
Like, it just wasn't their perspective, and this was amazing. Like, of course, the peak ones that happened. Like, you know, you had Robin being like, of course, Frankie's fucking naked on this thing.
Yeah.
And Chopper being like, Frankie's naked! That was amazing.
I love how he like takes it like, Frankie naked, oh my God. And this woman, she was like, what is this thing? And then she's like, good. And he's like, oh, and he like turns and leaves. She's like, he just took that.
Yeah, he's a pirate. That was really good. But the best ones easily were Zoro in the bar when all the guys were power scaling everyone, all the swordsmen, which was amazing.
Well, that's what I loved because I was like, that's us. That's us.
That's what it was. Yes, it was. We just sit around, we power scale everybody all the time.
Obviously, it's Prime Whitebeard. Obviously,
yes,
would be the best swordsman.
Yes.
Well, I guess Prime Roger, but like Prime Roger, Prime Whitebeard, then Mihawk.
Yes, at that time period, yes.
If they're talking about
I don't know Mihawk's true abilities.
No, if they're talking about that actual fight, like the Paramount War, I'd say Mihawk.
Mihawk definitely.
Yeah.
Zoro is not. Zoro.
I was talking like, you know, Whitebeard in his prime. Could take Mihawk.
Yes.
He's second. It's like the second strongest pirate ever.
Yes, he's the strongest man in the world.
Also, he's barely a swordsman. Let's be real.
That's true. That's not a sword.
I know. Yeah.
That's a.
But anybody who says Zoro over Mihawk, you're wrong.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Until Zoro beats Mihawk.
That's true. That will happen eventually.
But I was like, it's us.
That is us. That's us. Start calling him Mosshead. And he was like, I love how the scene just cuts them all beat up, and then they're still doing it, and then Sanji's there like, what about Blackleg?
And they all
laugh. I was sitting there. It's like, you're all about to get beat, kicked in the face.
Not only do they all laugh, they say exactly what everyone says. It's like his bounty's so much longer.
That was so good. It was like, and there's another cut to them all knocked out.
Yeah, thank God for egghead here, the two, because Sanjay needed this, like, you know, like, I don't know what it is. Like, even like the fan, like, I'm a new One Piece fan, but like a lot of the new One Piece fans are like, Sanji's awful. I'm like, what?
I did not know Black Love's amazing.
No, yeah, and I'm glad that, like, as you know, what we have read, like, he comes up clutch multiple times.
Yeah, he's about to. It's gonna be big.
Multiple
times,
it's
gonna
be
be real
great
big
to see
in April.
Yeah, but I was gonna say, yeah, that scene was great. I was glad you didn't get to see Nami, because I did like great storytelling in this episode is that you don't see Nami until she sees Nami.
Exactly. That's really, really good. And like, I know Nami is like technically one of his like favorite characters right now because of his wife or something like that. Yes. Probably. But in terms of this letter and everything, in terms of like, I understand why they made Nami the focal point, and it makes a lot of sense. And like the girl talks about it, just like, you're the only normal person on that ship. Of course I would idolize you. Everyone else there has a fucking devil fruit or some crazy power or like that's like it just or is nuts at that time sort of thing. And Nami's literally like she gassed her up a little too much because like, okay, Nami, you're making a difference a little bit. You're kind of still weak on the Straw Hats, but it's fine. But she's like,
I was gonna say my favorite thing though, just not to cut you off there, is that like she's the only one on the ship that's like a human, doesn't have powers, and she can still venture the sea, blah 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 blah. I'm like, man, Usopp, you suck so much, dude. You're not even put into this category.
Yep. Nope. Nope. No, he's not.
You weren't even considered for this.
Not even really. Even though he showed up and helped her too, and she didn't even fucking know who he was.
I know.
She saw all their wanted posters. He was like,
well, he's not. He doesn't have a wanted poster.
Oh, he doesn't. Oh, he doesn't have it. No, he doesn't.
Oh, wait, no, got Usopp, but that was Dressrosa, so that's after. Did he have a wanted poster?
I think he had to have had. He had to have.
I thought it was just Sniper King. I thought it was just Sniper King.
Yeah. Okay. So maybe it was just Sniper King. Yeah, you're probably right.
Then after,
so he probably doesn't.
And then he gets got Usopp.
Yeah, because they reveal who. Don't they reveal who Sniper King is? And
we don't know.
We don't know. I guess he went back to Sniper Island.
But no, lives in our heart. Bartolomeo puts the two and two together.
Yeah,
he's the only one that puts it together. Well, the other Straw Hats did, but like minus Luffy, Chopper, and
that's it.
Yeah, I think that's the two idiots.
I thought. Yeah, no.
He must have.
He just gives him the stars. That's when he announces the God Usopp wanted poster. Yeah.
But did he have a wanted poster before? I don't remember.
Sniper King did. I don't. No, because he was in Luffy's wanted poster, and that was his whole thing.
Yeah. So maybe that's why she recognized. Also, she just could have been like, "Who are you?" Because he's Usopp. Like,
yeah, that's true. It's Usopp.
Yeah,
it's Usopp.
Right.
What was the line he gave her? It's like, I have a great line for you that you can use. I'm just waiting for someone. Give me some water, please, or something like that.
And I love it. Cut to her. She's like trying to pull like the Nami move, where she's like trying to look like sexy, but she's a kid, so it doesn't work at all. The person, she's like, shut up.
Get out.
Yeah,
that was fantastic. That kid's whole subplot was amazing. Like she bumped shoulders with Luffy and pretty much almost the entire crew. Mm-hmm. And it was really great to see from point to finish. She's just trying to mail a letter and all that stuff, but like, she does what we as fans love about characters in the show is that she sacrificed something for the Straw Hats. Like, she got to see Nami, but she wanted to meet Nami and all that stuff too. She wanted to like get there and give her a letter and stuff. Mm-hmm. And instead of that, she sacrifices herself and saves the entire Straw Hat crew essentially. Mm-hmm. And that's something that like this is part of the fan letter. Is like, all of us would do that for the Straw Hats too. We love them. They're amazing. That's like one of our prerequisites for liking a character. Yeah. You have to like those Straw Hats.
We say this all the time. It's like once a character like is like, like any villain is like, Luffy's pretty cool. You're like, nah, you moved up in my book.
Yep, easily.
Okay, Katakuri.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, you know it. That whole.
That's kind of like why like Doflamingo still kind of sucks. He may have like been like Luffy strong, but he never respected.
Never liked Luffy. No. He'd shoot Luffy in the back if he had opportunity to do it.
That's even Crocodile. Like even Crocodile's kind of like. I mean, he protected him.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Crocodile. But that last fight scene on the boat was crazy too.
The
last fight sequence running sequence on the boat.
Oh, where she's running around.
She's running around. That was animated so well. The guy shows up.
This is like so. November 4th. Sadly, I realized we're gonna have to start reviewing another anime. Because November 4th, the remake is coming out.
Oh, nice!
So we're gonna have to watch that too. Obviously,
we got some time because they're just redoing Fishman Island right now.
Yeah. What is that?
It's reanimated Fishman Island.
Yeah, that's why I'm confused about why.
I don't know.
Why are you reanimating something that's getting reanimated?
because they want to kill time. I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't know.
At least they picked the worst arc to do
a
it.
different studio is reanimating the other stuff.
Yeah.
So maybe maybe Toei's just like, well, we got to have our animators do something.
Yeah, and it looks like it's like slightly animated.
Yeah,
like slightly freshly animated. It doesn't look like this, which looks like a completely new animated style.
Yeah.
This one looks like they're just updating the animation.
Yes, and that's what there's a guy on YouTube that I follow. He talked about that.
Yeah. At least they picked the worst arc to do it.
Yeah, that's true, yeah.
Jeez.
That's pretty rough.
The arc sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone agree. I think that everyone's now slowly agreeing that that is easily the worst arc.
The worst. That was so bad.
Because
so
at
bad.
least like the beginning of can't remember the name of Gecko Moria.
Thriller Bark.
Even the beginning of Thriller Bark is great because it's funny as all heck, and Brooke comes out and you're like yo ho ho and all this kind of stuff. And then the ending, where Zoro takes in all the pain, is
great.
Absolutely incredible. Obviously, the fight with Gecko Moria is just hot garbage awfulness.
Takes so long.
And it's just terrible.
Yeah.
Thriller Bark's honestly probably only going to be like, in the remake, probably only going to be like 6 episodes or something like that.
That'd be awesome.
Because I think they have, I don't think, they showed the episode count up to like, I want to say Wano. And it's like, I think it's like 164 episodes.
Wow, really? Okay.
Yeah. So they're like, which, once again, I will always look at you as not the same as a One Piece fan who has seen every episode.
Yes. Yes.
There will be a little bit of a superiority complex.
Yes, we will. We are like, we're right here. And you're like,
yeah, but I'm going to be encouraging everyone to watch the.
I agree. Yeah,
because I want to talk One Piece with everyone, and I know a lot of people. I'm getting so tired of people being like, "Oh, it's too long," and I just love it because every One Piece fan is just like, "It's not long enough."
Nope, every single
and this
time.
Episode put that into effect.
Oh, really
it made you go when Luffy at the end says "set sail." Bah!
I know.
He says it in Japanese, but it still hits me in the soul.
It hits so hard.
I'm like, oh god.
And just like, oh man, like, you know, like, whatever. None of this matters. I've been watching One Piece since I was a kid. Like the nostalgia, like same effect for you because you've watched it over the vast course like 2 years. The nostalgia just hits you right in the gut so hard. All the way back to when I saw Sabaody for the first time. So
that's why. That's why I think it is. It's just like you've been on this journey with them.
Yeah.
So the other thing I didn't note that about the April 25th thing, or April 2025, is they want to up the animation, which
That's fair.
I don't know what it's gonna be, but good luck to every other anime ever. Because if they want to make the animation better, I don't know how they can do that from Egghead. Because Egghead was like, what are we looking at?
I know.
Like, it is amazing. There's the one scene where S-Hawk literally just goes for like 2 seconds. And I was just like, and that's not even important.
Yep.
It's barely in the manga.
Yep, but it's amazing.
So I don't know what they're going to do. Get ready for the greatest animation you've ever seen in your life for the greatest anime that's ever existed.
That's true.
The greatest TV show that's ever existed.
Yep.
And then they also said they're going to make the pacing even better. I was like, oh gosh.
Let's go.
You're just spoiling us at this point.
It is. Maybe because we're sad.
And we know what we're getting into. And let's just segue into this fan letter thing. What would you give the episode?
Fan letter, it's a 10 for me.
That's fair.
Yeah,
I was
full
this
on 10.
close. If we recorded literally right after I watched it, I was going to give it a 10.
Nice.
You know what? I'm going to give it. It's a 10 for anime episodes. It's my first 10 ever, and I don't think I had more perfection of a show.
It was so good.
But yes, we're on an hour and 10 minutes, but we got to talk about the manga. We'll be pretty quick.
Yeah, it was an important panel, but you know,
this is what I love about what he started doing, and I think also speaking about the fan letter was so good to pick Sabaody. At least the return, the time skip part is for a lot of people. The arcs before Sabaody are incredible. Obviously, there's a lot of really good ones in there. Skype is amazing.
Yeah.
And honestly, the old ones, like I remember when I was watching the old ones, and you're like, oh, I kind of miss this whole animation style.
Yeah, I do.
There is a little bit of that. Like obviously, what we're watching now is a million times better. But there's just like a little bit of like. Remember when, like, you know, Luffy just like,
I do.
Yeah.
Before we got into all this like complex stuff about Zoan types and all that jazz.
But I think Sabaody, when Kuma, when the worst generation shows up and Kuma comes, I think that's when really the show kicks off.
Yes.
That's when like the show like goes to a whole nother level, and
yes,
it's really good before that. But like it's just when you're like, oh, what the fuck?
Yes. So
I think it was good to pick them to pick Sabaody. But what I love ever since then. Every single island they go to, you're like, all right. And especially you notice in Wano to Egghead, you're like, all right, now we get a breather. Egghead ends, and I'm like, okay, now we get a breather. And there's like, what, two chapters?
Two.
Where they're like,
Tops.
nothing happens?
In Legoland there or whatever.
Yeah, but like right now, I was like,
or don't we on the boat? Yeah, maybe on the boat. Yeah,
I was like,
that was
like maybe a chapter or something.
Maybe a chapter.
And now they're just like, back at it!
Back at it again. Here we go with an insane episode. So whatever they... Chapter. Sorry. Yeah, chapter. It's been so long. Whatever. Busts out of the back of... I don't know if his name is Road or Rodo. I keep seeing different...
Rodo.
I've seen... Yeah, but I have seen other translations.
Yeah, Rodo
now.
sounds cooler.
Rodo does sound better. I mean, either one sounds fine to me. He's the navigator for the pirates, so Road makes sense.
Oh, damn, it wouldn't make sense. I was going to say, Rodo sounds like a name Oda would give a character, though.
I agree with that, but Road would also probably make sense to me.
We have to pick one.
Road?
I'm fine with Road. Okay.
Road. Let's go with Road. I think that's until the panels consistently say Rodo, then we'll do that. But I'm gonna go with Road for right now.
Right, Road is fine.
So Road there, we bust out Road's little Lego land there. See two pirates from the new giant pirates talking about how much of a weirdo he is.
See the big fat one and then the sexy big one with the same face as Nami.
And exactly, yep. And then
maybe his wife is like, you can't draw anyone sexy if it doesn't have the face of Nami, because literally that's what he's done.
Maybe
since he's been married.
Yeah.
Yamato, what do you look like? Nami.
Every single time.
She probably wants Robin to turn into Nami, but
Robin's Robin.
Also, did you know this is that Robin wasn't tan originally.
It was in tan originally?
No.
Oh.
They went with whoever Toei just went with that.
Really interesting.
Initially, and then that's why after time skip she goes pale because
they wanted
Oda was like she was never tan.
Interesting. Huh. Yeah. Well, I kind of like tan Robin, but it's fair is fair to the writer. Like if that's what he wanted. Then
also, I know the fans love it. I don't like the actress playing her, but that's what's personal.
Yeah, that's a whole thing again.
Yeah. But could have been Warrior Structure, but
Usopp. Sanji almost giving away their position. Big lady.
Oh, yo.
And then also Luffy is like, hey, we're over here. And Nami's like, shut up.
When Luffy's like, oh, let's go over to that. And then they're like, shut up. He's like, what do you mean? Come on. Also love Luffy just jumping off the bridge because
that was great.
Why not?
Yeah, because he sensed something, which says something to you about Luffy was like, whoa, what's this? That's how strong Loki's gonna be.
Yeah, I wonder if that means Loki's the same level of a sea king on land.
That'd be kind of cool. He shook the whole island, didn't he? I assume that was him, but I'm not 100% sure.
He said it was him.
He said it was him? Okay,
he said his name was Loki.
No, I assumed he was the one that... Didn't the island shake at the end of the episode? And he's tied to the tree?
Probably.
I assumed he was the one that shook it, but I could be wrong.
Because he laughed.
Yeah, exactly.
Did love... That was... that. So, first of all, it cuts back to the giant ship, whatever. And sadly... Patience is a virtue. We didn't get to see Brooke, Robin, Jinbei, or... Frankie? Yeah, Frankie. Frankie's not with them. Right? Yeah, Frankie. Yeah. In their Elbath outfits. It's fine. We'll see. It's just Jinbei and Robin, I get pretty hyped about. Yep. I got to see Chopper, which is the one I care about. Chopper and Luffy, which are the two I care about the most.
Yeah, sure.
And then Zoro, probably, probably Zoro.
Yes.
I'm trying to think now my order of outfits. It's probably Luffy. Mine's Luffy, Chopper, Zoro. Brooke. Nami and Robin.
I didn't care about Brooks in Wano, really, though.
Yeah, that's true.
He had two really bad outfits. Sanji, definitely.
Then Jinbei.
Because Sanji's outfit was crisp in Wano.
Yeah, so Sanji.
Burgundy suit.
Then Jinbei, probably. Because Frankie, I don't really care too much about because his outfit is always kind of the same to me.
Yeah.
So then Jinbei. Then Frankie. Then Nami and Robin, because I just know what they're going to look like. I don't even need to think.
No clothes.
And then Usopp is always last.
Although Robin did have a good amount of clothes in Wano. It was Nami that did not.
Yeah, that's true.
Nami was the Kunoichi.
Yeah, that's true.
That didn't have underwear on.
Yeah, but Egghead, their outfit was exactly.
Oh, 1000%. Yeah, 1000%.
And I'm not going to be surprised. The second I saw Nami in Elbath clothes, I was like, I'm not complaining, obviously. No, clearly, yeah. Let's just say that I'm not complaining because who doesn't like to see Nami and Robin? Yes. But it's just
it's been a long time since Nami was wearing a shirt.
It's just I don't think I'm always hopefully my future wife, you're out there. Yeah. I hope she's into anime because she's not. And I'm it's gonna be really cool for our kids to watch One Piece. And she's like, that show that you watch? I'm like, yeah. She's like, that show you watch with those two ladies? I'm like, listen, it's a complex thing. Yes,
it's very interesting.
Yeah. It will make our daughters.
There are levels to it.
It'll make our daughters strive for better shape. And it'll make our boys just, have the awakening that I had with Meg from Hercules. So like
there you go, truth to that.
But I did like how the great by Oda again, just like they're talking about what he's called, Mad King Loki,
something like that, yeah,
or whatever. The shame of Elbath,
yeah.
Which that girl called Road that, which I was like,
because Road's a weirdo.
Yeah, but this I can't wait for next chapter. You think Luffy's gonna let him go?
Yes, I think Luffy is gonna undo all of his chains.
Do you think he's just gonna undo all his chains just because he wants to fight him?
Yes.
Yeah.
Could easily see it. It could be literally Loki go like, man, I don't like being chained up here. And it's like, I'll fix that.
Yeah. Okay, buddy.
Yeah. It's weird how Loki called himself the sun god too.
What I do, yeah, that's true. I do think though, what I think is actually going to happen, because it'd be too soon for Loki to get out, probably.
You think?
Yeah. First of all, Elbath looks so cool.
I wanted to talk about it.
Yeah,
it's awesome.
Not at all.
Still a tree there. It's like no, not all out. Silhouettes are the most misleading thing in all of One Piece. Elbath didn't look like this in the silhouettes. Loki didn't look like this in the silhouettes. They're completely different. It's spectacular.
Well, I think Oda even admitted with the silhouette of Kaido. You know, his silhouette changed so much.
Well, yeah. It's tough with those two. I mean, it's tough with all of them because he probably drew those and it's like, then I'll figure out what they look like later. You know, this is a general idea I have right now.
Oh, also the Elbath pirates being have bounties.
That's good. Yeah, that's fun. Yeah,
and then they're just blaming Luffy for killing.
I don't know what's going on with Morgan's right now.
I did like Lilith though. She was like, "Oh, he killed me, huh?" I was like, "No." Like Frankie even said, "He's like, no." What
was cool because Vivi's there seeing the X.
Yeah, no, I know. What was that about?
Remember the X they had at the end of
yeah, but why does Luffy have it in that picture? Because he doesn't have it.
Because Vivi's on Morgan's ship. She drew it on.
Oh, so they could tell that it's not.
Yeah, maybe
so
it's like a symbol. Because everyone that was on that saw it hasn't seen it before.
Yeah, and that's it's super interesting.
Robin said it was familiar because you're on a ship, but
well, yeah, but what's interesting though is that I want to talk about that is like we're always like people talk about it and like the characters talk about himself, and I think Oda just like pointed out something classic Oda move is everyone's always like, where do they get these pictures from?
Yeah, are
they actually getting these pictures?
That's a good question
because that picture is fake.
Yes.
That picture is clearly fake. That wasn't Luffy.
Yeah.
That's like the whole point of that X. That wasn't Luffy.
Yeah.
Because that's what they say. They're like, where did they get this picture from?
Yes.
And then they're like, wait, did he always have an X on his arm?
Yes.
They say that in the same thing. So I'm thinking like, are these pictures like fake?
They might be.
Or something. There's just something different because everyone's always been saying this. Like
where are they getting these?
Like, how did they get the picture of Luffy laughing?
Yeah, that's a really good point. I don't know.
In his first, there's something happening. I don't know if Morgan's has like a network out there of seagulls.
Yeah.
But like the picture of Luffy's first time he becomes a Yonkai, like, is literally him laughing in Gear 5 mode. It's like, where did you get that? The only time he did that was on top of Yonigashima.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, that's a really good point. I don't know.
So I thought that X thing, I was like, this is a fake picture.
Yes, I think it is a fake picture, but the X is a symbol to the Straw Hats.
No, I know it is. I think the X was a symbol for the Straw Hats. Yes. But to show that she's alive. Okay.
Yeah.
But I think that like classic Oda fashion, where it's like, I'm also pointing out to you
that this is not,
because it was weird.
Yeah.
Because I think it's like Frankie or somebody or Jinbei who literally says like, wait, how did they get this picture?
Yeah.
And then Robin goes, wait, did he always have an X on? And I was like, that was in the same same panel. It's in the same panel.
Yeah.
So I was like, wait a minute.
That's funny.
I was like, Oda, you son of a gun.
Maybe they're not. Yeah, maybe they're not real. That's interesting.
Because like, how do they have a picture? Well, that one picture of Nami is from her at the pool way back when.
Yes. All
the way back at Water 7.
Yes.
So that one makes sense.
But I mean, if he does have a network of seagulls, that makes sense.
That does make sense. But the Onigashima one,
that's a tough one. That's a tough one to do. And seagulls can fly.
And also, like, I know they can, but I mean, that's Wano way up, and then Onigashima even higher.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess
it's One Piece. I'm not gonna split hairs over the altitude seagulls can fly.
But it looks like it was like something to be pointed out.
I agree. It's very possible. Yeah. It's very possible. I'm not discrediting what you're saying at all. If they're real, then it's the seagulls probably. But if they're fake, then that's awesome.
Yeah, but and that's how they open other doors. Like, how could they be fake?
Yeah.
How could he
know what to draw? Yeah, that's a good point.
Because he was part of the pirate
Roger's
crew.
Pirates, yeah.
So he knows what Joy Boy looks like.
Maybe, yeah.
So he knew what to make Luffy look like when you Joy. Oh my god!
That could be really true. I like that. I like that a lot. That could be factual. Yeah, I like that. We'll see.
Oda, we'll see.
I want Morgan to be part of that crew so bad.
Oda's such a good writer because his things are beautiful and put together so well. Because they're put together so well, you see there could be nothing in something.
Yeah, it's
like,
true. Facts, it
could be literally nothing, but we're just like,
what is this? What is this? I do like, and Vegapunk did say that all the Roger pirates that are out there are working towards, like, secretly working towards pushing the world in the right direction. Mm-hmm. So, Morgan's grand plan with manipulating the news right now, this could mean something. Like, I know he's putting Luffy in a bad light, but maybe he's doing something with that.
Maybe that was on purpose.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Maybe there's some grand scheme.
That is also a good point. Vegapunk did say that.
Yeah.
You better live for.
I know. I want to see the end of this One Piece.
I'm so glad we decided to read it. Oh my god.
Yeah, it really makes.
Could you imagine if we didn't?
The spoilers that'd be happening right now.
Not just spoilers. They're taking this insanely long break. Oh jeez.
That would drive me nuts. I'd be hurting so bad for One Piece.
This is easily our longest weekly anime review.
There's a lot going on this week.
Yeah, but we won't be reviewing the One Piece reanimation. I will watch it.
Yeah, I'll watch like the first episode.
Yeah, I'm saying I'll probably watch it.
I'll skim it. Yeah, I just want to see what the animation looks like.
Yeah,
I'm gonna wait till it comes back.
I was just talking about this episode.
Yeah.
I was like, but we're not gonna review it.
Yeah.
I do think we should review the remastered version.
Yeah, for sure. I'm down for that.
Because
just talk about how it's doing there.
Yeah,
I'm down for that. Yeah.
But yeah. Thank you, Normal Nerd Nation, for listening and maybe even watching another podcast episode. Make sure you follow us on Twitter, Reddit, YouTube, and Instagram. Davis is always posting hilarious memes on there.
Also, like and subscribe while you're at it, and leave a rating if you have some time. It helps people find the show.